You uh peace. You know what I mean? Peace to everybody. Um uh Not really gonna be out here long. I mean, good to see everybody. You know what I mean? Whether you hear it now, you see it later. I mean, I ain't really been sending out no videos, you know what I mean, no notifications, nothing like that. Like um been out, you know what I mean, talking to a lot of people. I mean, been hearing a lot of stuff. I haven't really been, and when I say listening to a lot of people, like I mean, I ain't been on YouTube, like listening to a lot of people. I ain't even been really reading and studying the way I could be, the way I should be. But people that know me, they know like I be telling them like, yeah, I got a lot of stuff in me that I have to give out before I can really get something else in to give out. Um, I say to you that I think I gave out enough that um, I could receive something else from the Father. Um, uh, and and inside of that, um, I got to go get some more. But I've been talking to individuals. I haven't really been on YouTube. But inside of that, I still stand on the fact I believe I'm a child of the house of Israel. I still stand on the fact that I believe that Israel is supposed to be inclusionary, not exclusive, like based on skin color or ethnicity or regionality. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, if you live in Israel, you an Israelite. No. You can look on Google. Like, see, like it's a bruh, Dane, Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway does real like outstanding research. He go in the books and he tell you like, yo, like this is why, this is that, and this is that, and this is that. And he says like, yo, you can't use Google to do your research. I do because I cross reference the things that I'm looking to find out until I find out like what's really good. Google will tell you like, yo, there's a difference between an Israelite and an Israeli. If y'all want to find out, y'all can Google it. And I told you the same thing. But inside of being an Israelite, I was telling my brother today, oh, peace to my brother Paul. I mean, peace to you, bro. Um, the difference between the wheat and the tares, like in scripture, from what somebody explained to me, somebody I used to listen to. And it's not that I don't listen to them, but I don't listen to really nobody as much. I try and like really be connected with the Father. He said that like a stalk of wheat, when it grows up and it's fully grown and mature, it bows, it bends and bows. But like a tear is like a weed that looks just like wheat. A weed that looks just like wheat, but it stands straight up. It's like, yo, now the Messiah said two things, right? He said, well, matter of fact, I don't even know if he was the one that said, but it said every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Yahuwah, well, that Yahushua is Yahuwah. Get that English translation out your mind. Said that Yahushua is Yahuwah. Because if you do the knowledge and you do the math, it's like, yo, they changed the name of the Messiah in the Bible, and they changed the name of the Father in the Bible. So when it says every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess, and then it goes on to that statement, those names are different. So if you add it up, you get to wherever you get to. That being said, um, that was said about him. And train of thought. I apologize. I'm having a difficult time remembering exactly. Every knee shall bow. Oh, that he would gather the wheat and the tares together. The wheat will be gathered and put into a barn, and the tares will be bundled and thrown into the fire. Israel don't want to admit that they have a prideful and haughty look, something that the Father hates. Like we stand out on corners and curse people out because of the color that they were born. The Messiah ain't do that. Like we stand up in gatherings and be like, yeah, man, we followers of Christ. And I'm not even talking about Christians. I'm talking about Israelites. We say that he's the king. We say he's the Messiah. Like we say he is the great millstone. Like we say all this stuff. Like he coming back with a sword, like to kill all these other nations. We say all this stuff, right? But we say like, yo, we already got our punishment. We done been through Jacob trouble. We going through Jacob trouble. He coming back to save his people. We curse out Christians. We curse out Muslims. Like, yo, I heard a boy a long time ago. I was like, yo, I hope I get his type of faith. I'm glad I learned more. And I'm not saying I learned more than him. I'm glad I learned more about what the Father say. He said, listen, man, I ain't no doodle eating African, and I don't read no Quran. That's kind of mean. That's kind of prideful too. Say that a person is somebody that eat doodoo. Yo, and that like the Quran is beyond reading. But like you read the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha not, I mean, I tell people like, yo, you take your pick about when they change his word. Either they changed his word back then when they put the Apocrypha in it, or they changed his word now when they took the Apocrypha out of it. You take your pick about when they want to be wrong. To you. Don't matter to me because they wrong. And I'm saying all that to say a lot of Israelites got a proud and haughty look about them. What part of love is pride? We supposed to um because the Israelite say like, yo, we supposed to follow the law. All right. We supposed to say we follow the Messiah. All right. When he said like, yo, Adonai, what's the greatest commandment? It wasn't thou shalt not steal, wasn't thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not bear false witness, um, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not fornicate. No, he said, no, the greatest commandment is love Yahuwah with all your heart, mind. body, soul, and strength, because I've heard it translated different ways in different parts of the scripture at different times. Like love Yahweh with all your heart, mind, and soul, or all your love for Yahweh with all your body, soul, and strength. Like love Yahweh with all your heart, body, and soul. Like I've heard it translated different ways, so that's why I say with your heart, mind, body, soul, and strength. Right? And he said the second one is like unto it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Well, and that's what the Bible say. I tell you in the book of Melchizedek, it say like, yo, love your neighbor the way you love himself. And himself is capitalized. We supposed to love each other the way we love the Father with all our heart, mind, body, soul, and strength. If people believe, yo, that they Israelites, why we in the state we in? He said like, yo, if I if you follow the commandments that I give you today, just the commandments that I give you today, not one of y'all be barren. Like, yo, the fruit of your body be blessed, your store, your house, your basket. Uh, you be blessed going in, coming out, in the city, the field. Like, basically everything in and around you gonna be blessed. If that's the case, like, how is it that we wound up being cursed if we ain't break the law? Now they asked the Messiah. They ain't asked. They ain't asked. They ain't asked the publican or the tax collector. They asked the Messiah, the one everybody was like, "Yo, he healed me. Yo, he brought main man back to life. My yo, he healed me. 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 He paid a ransom." Yo, what's the greatest commandment? Oh, he was resurrected too, not by nobody, on his own. They asked him, "Yo, what's the greatest commandment?" Love the Father and love your neighbor. Now, it's also said somewhere. I don't know where it's at. I'm terrible with addresses. If y'all want to know, y'all can look it up yourself. How can you say that you love a creator that you can't even see, but your brothers and sisters that you see every day, you don't love them? He said that makes you a liar, and the truth ain't in you. And he said, like, yo, he the way, the truth, and the life. Don't nobody go and meet up with the Father unless they go through him. So don't say, oh, well, it's cool for me to hate them because they white. And I always ask, like, okay, well, if it's cool to hate them because they white, right? Let me find a good. What about somebody from Morocco? All right. What about somebody, right? That hear me out, right? Um, their grandfather on their mom's side is white, right? And a great grandfather on their dad's side is white. And they come down like that. They got like more or less Negro descent after that. But are we just gonna say on the males on the dad side it was all men that came from uh that Caucasian man, right? But he wound up being dark skinned, married an Israelite women, Because how you know my great grandfather ain't white? Like, how do you know? We on Earth. How you know? By looking at me? He said, "Yo, he don't judge the appearance because he told them Pharisees like, yo, y'all got all the gear, y'all got all the gear, y'all outfitted, and I don't care if you want to say they got tassels and I don't care what you want to say. He said y'all got all the gear. Like all right, like we say, like people like me that they say, like yo, like them rabbinic Jews, y'all got all the gear, but y'all don't really fit the description of what an Israelite is. A lot of Israelites, they got the gear, but they don't fit the description of a follower of the Messiah. You see what I'm saying? If he like yo, I'm not even gonna talk about where it say like yo, think on these things, like whatsoever. Yeah, that's a great scripture to think about. But he said, I think it's hope, I think it's hope, faith, and charity. But the greatest above these things is charity. And some translations it say charity is love. Like, because when you love somebody, you give to them and you do for them. So if that's what it is, how is it that we can say, "Nah, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna hate you. I'm gonna hate you because you got money. I'm gonna hate you because you white. I'm gonna hate you because you black. I'm gonna hate you because you a man and you stand on being a man. I'm gonna hate you because you a woman and I'm a man and I want to be a woman. Like I want to hate you because you got children. I'm barren. I want to hate you because you barren and I got all these kids. Like you a Democrat. I'm nonpartisan. Like you you stand for having a home education. Like, listen, bro, my taxes pay for the schools, and you need to have your children there. Like, but what you hating for? Like, why is what I'm doing causing you to feel some type way about me? Of course, that's not right. Says you. Did you read that? Did you? All right. First of all, did you read what I'm doing somewhere is wrong? That's number one. Number two, did you understand what you read? Number three, are you doing right? Because listen, if I'm doing wrong, right, you know what your job is? Your job is to love me till I like say, Dad, I was doing wrong. I gotta do right. Yeah. Did the Messiah, before he said, like, yo, it's finished, did he say, when I get here, I'm gonna kill y'all? When I get down off of here, listen, I see each and every one of y'all. I'm gonna get you. Is that what he said? Now it did say that vengeance belongs to Yahuwah, right? Did he say, I'm gonna get you? No, he said, like, listen, he said, Father, forgive them. That's number one. And then before he left, he said, yo, go teach them and baptize them. What do you think? What do you think he wanted to teach him? You think he wanted to teach him Hebrew? Is that what he wanted to teach him? Teach him the proper name of the Father? Is that what he wanted to teach him? How to make water into wine? What you think he wanted to teach him? He was dealing with them Pharisaical people back then. The ones that he said, like, yeah, on the outside it look crispy clean, but on the inside, y'all full of dead man's bones. Y'all wash the outside of the cup. Outside of the cup. What's going on the inside? Because it said somewhere in the book, like, yo, he judged the heart. I'm not even gonna get into Nothing else about like, yo, we have got to stand on the fact that we need to love each other. And I'm gonna say this, I don't really right. It's a bruh out there, like, yo, matter of fact, it's two bruhs. One bruh I was talking to earlier today, and he upset because he believes that uh, people are being allowed to come into this country and receive more money than people that look like me and him that were born here, and they are given more opportunity than we are. I simply say this, love one another. The bruh that you thinking about punching on, grab his hand, shake his hand, look him in his eye, tell him you love him. And then when that permeates our community, and we really find a profound love and respect and admiration for one another's skills, abilities, and presence, then we can cultivate a commonality, which can be the breeding ground for a more successful youth that can be upwardly mobile in their thinking and their finances. So we don't have to depend on anybody else. That's for him. Number two, there's another bruh. I just saw him on the internet, and he's upset about he was expecting to get a certain level of donations, and he didn't receive it. The Bible that you read, I say, don't be weary in well doing. Like, listen, dime and dollar don't matter. If you can't do what you wanted to do because you ain't get the money, apparently the father said, no, you're not doing that. You're not doing that there, or you're not doing that now, or you're not doing that there now. Like, so, don't trip. Be encouraged, bro. That's all I can tell you. And don't be mad for what? Because like, if you getting mad at the fact that something that the father ain't allow you to get because people ain't give it to you, apparently the father ain't touched nobody's heart. Like, he told Pharaoh, he tell you in the book, yo, I made Pharaoh heart hard that he wouldn't let my people go, that my name might be magnified in all the earth. Like, he said, like, listen, I'm a whack this dude. But like, if you really look at it, he probably was just like, man, don't I know he don't want to listen. What he going to do is I'm gonna speak to him and I'm gonna tell him the truth. Because at first, they ain't even asked to be free. They said, listen, all we want to do is go over here in Goshen and worship our creator. That's it. We come right back. Listen, we come back over here. Y'all get busy with the whips, chains, all that, bricks and straw. And all. Let us go over here and worship. Let us have our peace, our quiet, our solitude with our creator. Let us at least have that. No. He said, excuse me. So wait a minute. The word that you're giving these people is supposed to supersede the fact that they're supposed to worship me. Hmm. So you want to be worshiped then? Because the first commandment, I believe, is thou shalt have no other gods before him. None. And if you seek to be the God in front of him, then you're making yourself a child of Satan. And what you say is more important than what Abba said. Not really the best course of action. You know what I mean? All that to say, though, the father didn't touch anybody's heart to give you the amount of money that you was requesting. Okay, go be pleasing to God. Well, that's what people call him. Go be pleasing to him. And if you can't, I ask him for the patience and wisdom in order to uh, sojourn through your trial. I can also say that, oh, pardon, 2 minutes. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, because that's all we can all ask for is to dwell in the Father's love. If we make a decision that what's best for us is the will of the Father, we allow Him to be our God. If we allow Him to be our God, our guide, not our God, our guide, instruction and guidance, protection, provision, and nurturing all comes from our parents on earth, and our parent in heaven. I'm speaking in generality. Yeah, I think that's the word. Like in general terms, like yeah, like those are things that come from our parents, and like we have to see our Creator as a parent. We have to see the truth as a parent when it raised us and pointed us in the correct direction. But a real parent will never leave you. If you 100 and your parent is 130 and they able-bodied, you can't not. They'll say, "Boy, I'm still your daddy." Oh, how my little girl doing? So why do we expect our Father to be different? And what He told us was to love Him and love one another. Inside of that, strict, stringent commandments, and a lot of them are interpretations. The fact is, though, if you humble yourself before the Father. He'll reveal himself to you. And then you'll start to see the manifestation of following him and his word in your life. Like if you follow him in his word in your life, you'll start to see it. Yeah, because something I realized, I may have misspoke. Because like, why would the Father want to kill Pharaoh when he said, like, yo, the Messiah said it wasn't his will that anybody should perish, but that everybody might be saved. He told Pharaoh though, yeah, my man Moshe gonna roll up on here. Because look, just because they didn't record it, because I don't think they recorded that Pharaoh had dreams. You think he ain't had no dreams? The Pharaoh that was there way before Moses had dreams, and they recorded it. What makes you think he didn't? Pilate had dreams. What makes you think he did? Only thing was they acquiesced to the dreams that they had from the Father, from the visitation. Because even when it's because right, just because something is translated, that don't mean it is correct. Because I do know, like, this is all right. I'm gonna get ready to dip out. A part of the Bible, I'm pretty sure it's matter of fact. I'm gonna read this for Israel, right? So we can say of a surety that our Father loves everybody, and that we should live our lives in like manner. Because again, I found out um, Hebrew doesn't have punctuation. You got to have understanding to read it. And a lot of the stuff that they say stuff mean, I'd be like, where'd you get if this mean that? How'd you get what? What are you anyway? Like I really don't. Like I'll be like, I don't know where you get this translation from. You got that from you got oh, all right. This is Amos the first chapter. I'm gonna read Amos the first three chapters, and I'm gonna get up out of here. The words of Amos, who was among the herdmen of Tekoa, which he saw concerning Israel in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel, 2 years before the earthquake. And he said, Yahuwah will roar from Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the habitations of the shepherds shall mourn, and the top of Carmel shall wither. Thus said Yahuwah, we start here. For 3 transgressions of Damascus, and for 4, I will not turn away thereof, because they have threshed Gilead with threshing instruments of iron. But I will send fire into the house of Hazael, which shall devour the places of Ben-Hadad. I will break also the bar of Damascus, and cut off the inhabitant from the plain of Avon, and him that holdeth the scepter from the house of Eden. And the people of Syria shall go into captivity unto Kir, saith Yahuwah. Thus saith Yahuwah, for three transgressions of Gaza, and for four, I will not turn away thereof, because they have carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver up to Edom. But I will send fire. I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza, which shall devour the palaces thereof. And I will cut off the inhabitant from Ashhad, and him that holdeth the scepter from Ashkelon. And I will turn my hand against Ekron, and the remnant of the Philistines shall perish, saith Yah Elohim Yahuwah. Thus saith Yahuwah, for three transgression of Tyrus, and for four, I will not turn away thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remembered not the brotherly covenant. The what? But I will send a fire on the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the palaces thereof. Thus saith Yahuwah, for three transgression of Edom, and for four, I will not turn away thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. With who? With what? And did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Taman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. Thus saith Yahuwah, for three transgressions of the children of Ammon, and for four, I will not turn away thereof, because they have ripped up the women with child of Gilead, that they might enlarge their border. But I will kindle a fire on the wall of Rabbah, and it shall devour the palaces thereof with shouting in the day of battle, with a tempest in the day of the whirlwind. And their king shall go into captivity, and his princes together, saith Yahuwah. Thus saith Yahuwah, for three transgressions of Moab, and for four, I will not turn away thereof, because he burned the bones of the king of Edom into lime. But I will send a fire upon Moab, and it shall devour the palaces of Kerioth, and Moab shall die with tumult, with shouting, with the sound of the trumpet. And I will cut off the judge from the midst thereof, and I will slay all the princes thereof with him, saith Yahuwah. Thus saith Yahuwah, for three transgressions of Judah. Of who? And for four, I will not turn away thereof, because they have despised the law of Yahuwah. What? And have not kept his commandments. What? And their lies cause them to err, after which their fathers have walked. What? Who? But I will send fire upon Judah, and it shall devour the palaces of Jerusalem. Thus saith Yahuwah, for three transgressions of Israel, and for four, I will not turn away thereof, because they have sold the righteous for silver, and the poor for a pair of shoes. Shoes, huh? Instead of keeping their feet shod with the gospel of preparation. My bad. I apologize. I got a little angry. I got my own personal life I'm living. So the pant after the dust of the earth of the head of the poor, and turn aside the way of the meek, and a man and his father will go in unto the maid to profane my holy name. And they down upon clothes laid the pledge by every altar, and in they drink the wine of the condemned, the house of their God, their Elohim. Yet destroyed I the Amorite before them, whose height like the height of the cedars, and he strong as the oaks. Yet I destroyed his fruit from above, and his roots from beneath. Also, I brought you up from the land of Mizraim, that's Egypt, which is bondage, which is slavery, and led you 40 years through the wilderness to possess the land of the Amorite. And I raised up of your sons for prophets and young men, and of your young men for Nazarites. Not even thus, O ye children of Israel, said Yahuwah, but ye gave the Nazarites wine to drink, and commanded the prophets, prophesy not. Behold, I am pressed under you as a cart is pressed, is that is pressed full of sheaves. Therefore, the flight shall perish from the swift, and the strong shall not strengthen his force, neither shall the mighty deliver himself, neither shall he stand that handleth the bow, and swift of foot shall not deliver, neither shall he that rideth the horse deliver himself. And courageous among the mighty shall flee away naked in the day, saith Yahuwah. Hear this word that Yahuwah have spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Let me ask you something. How many different places did he punish? For 3 transgressions and for 4. He said, like, the Father said, he punishes to the 3rd and the 4th generation to those that hate him. He said he punishes to the 3rd and the 4th generation of those that hate him. Now, we're gonna take this little quick walk. We're gonna take this little quick walk. You're gonna get some understanding, right? Samuel the prophet. He said we want a king, right? He cried. He cried to the Father. He said, don't worry about it, bro. Ain't got nothing to do with you. It's not you that they hate. They hate me, right? Okay. First king was Saul. That nigga went crazy, okay? 2, King David. Said, ain't nobody served him like King David. Third king was Solomon. Solomon went crazy. Fourth king was, I think, was that Jeroboam? Yeah, Jeroboam and Rehoboam. Kingdom split, never been back together. Punishment of those that hate him. I'm gonna say, first king was Saul. Don't blame me. Don't get mad at me. Don't discredit it. I'm trying to tell you what he said. All these people, he said, for 3 transgressions and for 4. First king was Saul. Second king was David. That's like first was Adam, then was Messiah. We're not even gonna get into that. First it was God, then it was man, right? I guess it was first it was God, then it was Satan, then it was man, and then it was all this wickedness. Or not even gonna get into all of that because that get complicated. But I'm telling you, first was Saul. Then it was David. He said, listen, my man, you want to build me a place. I'm not even gonna let you. But I like you. Your man just like me. I like you. Solomon was blessed because he was David's son. Say, yo, I'm gonna bless you with peace. But yo, your people did wrong. I can't excuse that. I gotta step away. Y'all gonna be like, hey, y'all want to obey? Don't none of y'all want to turn around? Because Solomon could have changed things had Solomon obeyed the father and said, all right, you said don't mess with these strange women because they're gonna tear my heart away from you. I won't. Fourth generation, kingdom split, separated, war, captivity, etc. But how many of these other people, the Moabites, he talked about all these other. I'm just trying to look. Oh, that was Moab. The children of Ammon, Tyrus, Gaza, Damascus. And then he got to Judah. And then he got to Israel. So don't say like he was talking to the children that was there. No, then he talked to Judah. And then he talked to Israel. They're his children too. Let everything that has breath praise the Father. The earth is Yahuwah's and the fullness therein. Oh, he said, oh, now, people, oh, well, he said people are the devil. Uh, he said, y'all said y'all children of Abraham. So y'all children of the promise. If y'all was really children of the promise, he said y'all would love. He said y'all would love me because Abraham spoke of me. He said y'all would love me. He didn't say y'all would obey. He didn't say that y'all would. He said y'all would love me. If that's the case, right? Why was it the fact that after that was when he said, y'all are your father the devil, and the works that he has laid, those are the things that you will do. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but I'm right on. He said, yo, the things that he got set for y'all to do, that's what y'all gonna do. Because, like I explained, that our Father has given us guidance and instruction, provision, uh, protection, and nurturing. Those are perverted qualities that Satan has given to the world. So people follow his instruction. He said, oh, y'all, you just like him. Because that's who y'all follow after. He gives us the option, right? Because again, it's somewhere it say, like, yo, I'm pretty sure it say something like, yo, those that believe on his name, to the same gave he power to be able to be called sons of the living Elohim. He ain't say like, yo, when you believe on the name, you're a son of the living Elohim. He said, to them gave he power to be able to be called. See, there's levels to it. He said first he gave him power that they might be able. Like he didn't even say he gave them power to be called. He said he gave them power to be able, like had the ability, like the power would give him the ability to be called, to and to be called to be. See, there's a difference to be called to and to be inside of being called to and be called to be. Right? That's like, yo, bro, we having a party. It's gonna be a gala event, bro. Yeah, but listen, it's kind of like the ball with Cinderella. Like, yeah, you guys show up. I can't guarantee you gonna get in. Like, yo, had that drip on, right? They like, listen, don't bring no chicken head with you, bro. Like, listen, if you got a dime in your pocket, like, call her, bro, show up. Like, it's gonna be like, it's gonna, like, I'm telling you, I can't even get you in. You gotta get you in, bro. Like I'm saying, show up, like, dress to the nines, bro. Like, I don't care what kind of car you got rent. I don't care what. Listen, matter of fact, I'm gonna send you my number to my tailor, bro. Like, matter of fact, I can't get you no chick. Like, listen, I'm gonna send you my number to my tailor. I'm gonna get you fitted, right? Come through. I'm gonna leave word. I'm gonna be like, yo, this is what this the homie look like. Like, if you can get him, you can get him in. Like, you gotta appreciate it, but put a good word in for you. But you gotta stand online, bro. Hopefully, I mean, when you show up, like, they pick you. Now that's to be called too. But then when you get there and you get called to be, oh, Joe told me about you. That's called to be in inside and included in, like a part of, to receive your portion of. Son of the living Elohim. All of that was saying. Yo, he said every son that he received, he chasing it, and everyone he loves, he chasing. Didn't he chasing a whole bunch of nations right in front of us in Amos? So how are we any better? Because he said, like, yo, we forsook his law. Say, yo, don't say nothing else. In Deuteronomy, I'm pretty sure it's in Deuteronomy. First commandment, yo, love the Father, love your neighbor. So when the Messiah quoted, he was quoting Deuteronomy because they asked him, like, yo, what's the greatest commandment? Yo, love the Father and love your neighbor. He was quoting it. People don't talk about that. They talk about the 10 Commandments. They talk about the don't eat pork, the worship on the Sabbath, the honor your father. They talk about all that. They don't talk about love the Father, love your neighbor. Even though the Messiah talked about it. Your neighbor. Now, if you want to get funky with it, it said from Adam came we all. I don't care what color these people look like. I don't care what their physical features are. We are all brothers and sisters. Get it right. We all brothers and sisters, right? miss me with the, oh, we're going to treat them bad because you're being just like these people that they call, right? They say Edom is the white man. That's what they say. Even though Esau and Jacob are twins. Even though Esau, Jacob, twins, we Negroes, they white. Read the story of Gehazi in the Bible. Gehazi, yeah, and I believe it's Naaman. I believe it's Naaman and Gehazi, and I believe it's either Elijah or Elisha. Read that, figure out if that's talking about Caucasians, but it ain't got nothing to do with Edom. And y'all want to sit up here and talk all this stuff about all these people instead of trying to help these people. That's why we're at the. That's where we're in the position we're in now. He said right here, because y'all didn't follow his law. AHAVA. That's the love that the Father got for us. He said, husbands, love your wives. Like he loved the assembly, gave himself for it. Said, no greater love. Huh? Huh? Than a man that laid his life down for his friends. Huh? So we're going to talk about what we think and what we know and all of that, and then go out here and we're going to study and all that, and then we're going to treat people bad. Part of the game is that. It's not the game the Messiah play. What you mean? Go home, sit yourself down, and get your will over to that of Father and say, all right, please allow me to know what love is, that it might spring forth in me and change someone else's life. Love is more than a four-letter word. It's a two-step walk. Because in order to move, you got to take at least two steps. 1, 2. Oh, you think that's love because you went 1, 2? You got to keep going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So I'm gonna go now. I pray that Father. Um, well, you know what? I'm not gonna pray in front of y'all. I'll say peace to y'all.